Welcome back. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And wonderful talking with you again after a long, long absence. And that is you, of course, Mooniba Bhyat. You are in Turkey at the moment. And I do know the main aim of this discussion is the Freedom Flotilla Coalition. But let's also understand what you're doing so far away from home, from South Africa. You're in Turkey. So talk to us. Assalamu
Uh,
alaikum. Welcome.
Wa Walaikum assalam. Absolutely a pleasure to see you again, Gillian, to be on your show. Alhamdulillah. I'm always honored that Salam Media has followed my journey and has been instrumental in helping me get a lot of my work done as well. So that's always great to work with Salam Media. Yeah, my journey to Turkey was just a change, and I needed a change. I wanted to come and just take a spiritual break, actually. And it was introduced. A cause was introduced to me with Sheikh Mukhtar, and I came through to Turkey in October last year, and I came to do a softball cause, but I knew that the cause would not take all my time. So I decided in my free time I would contact, the NGOs in Turkey and work with them. And also, for 10 years, it was my dream to bring my concept of the Train the Trainer program to our women in our Muslim countries, the war-torn countries and post-war countries, where they could learn how to make our washable pads, and then obviously make pads for women that can't afford pads. So Alhamdulillah, I connected with IHH, and we've been doing lots of work. I've visited the camps to go and see all these sewing skill centers. And we've handed out washable pads there for women to test and see if they're happy with it. And if they are, we will start a sewing program where they will manufacture their own pads here in Turkey and in Syria. So they have, IHAHA has actually got sewing centers on both sides. So inshallah, that is the plan. And then I've also connected with lots of beautiful NGOs working in Uganda, in Niger, in Afghanistan, Sudan recently. So working with them and showing them what I'm doing. And then inshallah, they can take the concept back into their countries and help the women to be able to have a washable pad and give them the dignity that they so deserve. So alhamdulillah, that's where it started. And then while I was here, I heard about the flotilla and I applied, as a resident of Turkey, alhamdulillah. And yeah, I'm on the flotilla, which was meant to have sailed yesterday, but there's a lot of paperwork and there were some technical issues that they needed to sort out to make sure that we're on sail and everything is in order. So inshallah, we scheduled to leave on Wednesday this week.
So, Mooniba, let's obviously, I think the main thrust of this interview is about the flotilla. Um, Gosh, I'm just kind of wondering. You really need to be very brave to be embarking on this journey. Tell us about the other women and then talk to us about the logistics of the flotilla. What is it that you're going to carry across? And then the other thing that also comes to mind, and I'm not quite sure what route you guys are going to be taking on the flotilla, but we also know that the Yemenis are targeting ships on the water close to their shores, even if you are still in international waters. Is that a concern? Is that something you guys have addressed? So lots that I've thrown at you. Go ahead and respond,
All right,
please.
alhamdulillah. So look, I mean, if anybody has ever, in the past followed, the all the movements that humanitarian movements that was trying to break the siege, the flotilla has been it's a freedom flotilla coalition that started in 2008, and they have some of the flotilla journeys have been successful. They have 14 in total that they have attempted to break the siege in Gaza, and obviously to break the apartheid Israeli blockade on Gaza. So, and out of those 14, there were only maybe five. There were five successful, entries into Gaza. Most of them they were intercepted by the Israeli army, and they were obviously sent back. Or in the last one, the 2000 and the last flotilla that they actually went through in 2019 was not good at all. I mean, 2018 they were attacked by the Israelis. They were called terrorists at that time. So there was a lot of trauma. People died on that flotilla. So yes, it is a very, very risky sort of journey that we're taking. But I think it's what we've all said is that we are all very passionate to stand in solidarity with Palestine, with Gaza, and especially what we're seeing with the genocide, that's unfolded. It is inhumane to have been treated people this way, and to see that the governments have done nothing. So this is where civil society stands up for the rights of our brothers and sisters and mothers in Gaza. And it's a group of ordinary people. There are doctors on board. There are post army soldiers, marine soldiers, and that's from the US. We've got people from Malaysia. So in total, we are about 32 countries that are participating in this sail across. So we sail across the Mediterranean, and then obviously we go into international waters, and then from there enter into Gaza. So one is that we are very confident that this sail is going to be about breaking the siege, allowing people to enter and give the much needed aid that Gaza needs, because we all know, we've been watching the news, that they're blocking every avenue of aid getting in. And even if they are sending aid in, they're limiting what's going on to suit their own purposes. So one of the other strategies is to starve people, and that's what they're doing. So in total, with the flotilla that we're going down, there's 5,500 tons of aid that's going in. With that, it'll be medical aid, it's food, it's clothing, it's just everything that they need, and most likely that will be obviously distributed, inshallah, if we go through. You asked about Yemen. No, we don't. We're not any threat to Yemen, and we're not very, very far from that sort of part of the
Port.
the entry, the port, because we enter from our fear is to be intercepted by Israel. Israel knows about the flotilla. Like I said in the past, they have stopped boats from going through, and they most definitely know that we are coming. They are preparing for our entry, and they have been training, apparently, from what we've heard, and are waiting for us to come across. So we have had intensive training here. Look, there is a lot of stuff that we are not told, obviously for good reasons, but inshallah, the plan is to leave on Wednesday. Which route we're going to be taking, that is all kept very confidential. But we work with the steering committee that's here. They're a group of amazing people that have been on every single one of these flotillas, so they know what to expect. They know how to prepare for that. They've seen, all the attacks that's happened, so they've coached us, trained us. So we've basically been prepared for anything that can happen. But inshallah, because governments aren't doing anything, what we're using is the very powerful platform of social media, so people can follow all the links, which is Gaza Freedom Gaza Freedom Flotilla, and then you've got your Ihaha, and then we've also got the Mavi Marmarai, which is the third sort of Instagram page that everybody can follow, and that's where they will update all the time, and they will be live streaming across all different influencers. We've got some influencers on the ship as well with us, so there will be a lot of social media coverage on this here that we will be pushing out into the world, and it will be obviously all the countries that are participating. So yeah, I think it's, inshallah, we're very positive, we're very excited, and we're very nervous at the same time as well, but more than anything else, just hoping and praying that we can get this aid into Gaza, because it is so important that is our main focus, is that we get there with this aid for our people in Gaza.
Inshallah, Amin. You make us very proud as a South African Muslim community. We need to go for an ad break now. When we come back, we'll be talking some more with you on the show this morning. Tahira Umar has just posted something. She says, a really good energy source. Thank you, Tahira, for being a part of this conversation. Please do stand by, Mooniba. We're going to pay the rent, and when we get back, we'll talk some more regarding the amazing work by yourself under the auspices of D.A.R.E and a whole lot more, inshallah.
This is Salam Media.
It's a wonder how kids get anything done these days. With all the distractions, when do they even get time to study? As a mother, all I can really do is make sure they have all they need to perform at their best. That's why I choose to include Sunfoil, triple refined pure sunflower oil with every meal I make. Naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether I'm cooking, frying, or baking, I know every dish will be a wholesome one. Sunfoil, now we're cooking.
After the recent attacks on Gaza, many families have been displaced with their homes left destroyed. Through your donations, our teams are on the ground in Gaza, providing support and delivering necessary aid to families affected. The people of Gaza need your help. Give hope. Donate today to Penny Appeal South Africa. www.pennyappeal.org.za 031 1100 573.
We are here on the ground with many appeal organizations in Gaza.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
Are you ready for a journey of spiritual significance? Join Khidmatul Awam Pilgrim Services for an unforgettable Umrah experience during Dhul Qa'dah. Walk in the footsteps of the Hujjaj, guided by esteemed scholars Mulana Dawood Samson and Mulana Muhammad Silaji. Our Dhul Qa'dah package departs on May 10th and returns on May 25th via Egypt Air out of Johannesburg. Experience 9 nights in the blessed city of Medina and 5 nights in the sacred city of Mecca, with packages starting from just 27,500 rands. Enjoy a fully guided tour, including Umrah visa, Jumu'ah prayers in both harams, seamless transfers, and enriching ziyarats. Feel free to visit our offices nationwide and speak to our knowledgeable consultants, or simply contact us at 010-6005-786. Hikmatul Awam Pilgrim Services, your pathway to a blessed journey.
Welcome to Pharaoh Auto Investments, where luxury meets perfection. Located at 92 Rivonia Road, Sandton, on level 2 and level 3, our showroom is a sanctuary of opulence. Step into the realm of prestige as you explore our exquisite collection of luxury vehicles, meticulously curated to meet the highest standards of quality and sophistication. But that's not all. Introducing Origins by Pharaoh, our sister company dedicated to offering affordable luxury vehicles without compromising on quality. Experience elegance within reach. Ready to embark on your journey to luxury? Contact us today at 011 444 9460 or email us at info@pharaohgroup.com for more information. Ramadan Mubarak to all our valued customers. Pharaoh Auto Investments and Origins by Pharaoh, where luxury is a lifestyle.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome back. It is exactly 8:25 news and views on Salam Media. Of course, we're beaming out from South Africa. We now are going to be talking with Medea Benjamin. She's a peace activist and co-founder of a peace group called CODEPINK. She's also one of the influencers that Mooniba has been referring to in the discussion a little while ago. So let's bring Medea into the conversation. Very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. Medea, you are joining us via telephone. I do hope you can hear me loudly and clearly. Do welcome. Oh, goodness me. I'm so sorry. We seem to have lost her. So whilst we try and reconnect with Medea, let's... Okay, she's back there. So Mooniba, if you will also stand by, let's make this into a 3-way conversation. Medea, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Lovely to have you here. Tell us a little bit about the group Code Pink. You are the co-founder of this peace group, Code Pink.
Yes, we started after the attacks in the United States in 2001, the 9/11 attacks, and we started as a group of women who did not want our government to use that attack as an excuse to invade other countries, Afghanistan, Iraq, etc. And so we have been working ever since to try to change U.S. policy from one that uses militarism as its approach to one that is based on cooperation.
Okay, so how are you involved in this current, the current developments regarding the Peace Flotilla, the Freedom Flotilla, which is going to be making its way, hopefully on Wednesday morning, taking much needed aid to Gaza?
We have seen for years now how the U.S. government has been supporting the Israeli government with billions of dollars of our tax dollars every year by sending weapons, collaborating on intelligence, on high-tech military equipment. And we have seen, I'm also of the Jewish community, how Judaism has been used as an excuse to continue this support for Israel, while Israel has been this oppressive government since the time of its creation. I've also been to Gaza myself 7 different times and seen how difficult life is there for the people. And so I thought it was important to get involved, but also to bring more Americans on this voyage so that we could disseminate this information when we're back in the United States. I personally have been working for the last 7 months in our Congress every single day, going from office to office, trying to stop the Congress people from supporting more weapons to Israel. We've made some progress, but not enough. And I feel that going on this flotilla is a way to increase the pressure on the world community to take notice and to do something.
So, Medea, from what you've just been sharing with me now, I'm assuming that you are also in Turkey at the moment and you are going to be joining this flotilla. In your mind, do you think this is going to make a huge difference? Number one, are the Israelis not going to be pushing back? Number two, and number three, as Code Pink, I should imagine you are reaching out to the hearts of women in the States and all around the world. Are you making a difference as far as Code Pink is concerned? So 3 questions for you to respond to, please.
Yes, I think this flotilla is different from the others in that this is such a catastrophic time in Gaza that the world's attention is already on this issue. The other difference is that we have so much social media now that we can reach as individuals hundreds of thousands of people, each one of us. So I think we will have a large impact in terms of focusing on the issue of women. We have been trying to do that all along because the majority of people being killed are women and children. And we also feel that more women should be involved in trying to stop the Israeli government. And so we will have a particular focus on women as we do this voyage, not only talking about all the women who are on the trip, because I think the majority are women, but also how women are suffering so much in Gaza right now.
Okay. Mooniba, let's bring you in. There are concerns, and we do hope and pray that they are unfounded. But there seems to be concerns that Turkey might just be bought off and not allow the flotilla to proceed. You indicated earlier on in the interview that lots of paperwork needs to be done. What are your thoughts and the rest of the women out there, including Medea? What are your feelings and thoughts around this issue?
I think it's more internal. They've got to make the decision, but I can't make any comment on that because I haven't been involved in that part of it. We are obviously communicated with every day from the steering committee, and they give us feedback on what's happening. And obviously whatever as discussions going on in Ankara, and obviously on a political level, that is obviously not being shared with everybody. But I think everyone's here, everyone's ready. We had an amazing march yesterday, just asking everybody to support this flotilla sailing out of Turkey. So I think, the overall feel with all of us participants that are here, it's positive. We're quite confident that once they see the reason why we're going there is it's a peaceful sail to take aid into Gaza. And that is what the main objective is of the flotilla. I think that's always been the objective of the flotilla, to sail peacefully into Gaza to help and aid the Palestinian, brothers and sisters of Gaza. So I think we're all very sure that they will make a decision, and the decision will be that we can sail out on Wednesday. I'm sure Medea can comment more on that if she wants to.
I'll cross over to Medea in a minute or two, but something in the back of my mind, and I'm quite worried about this, but I guess when you compare with the almost 35,000 men, women, and children that have been brutally killed in this genocide, we are just a few numbers in comparison. But what does come to mind is when you spoke about one of the previous flotillas that was attacked by the Israelis. I think it was in 2018, and I think about upwards of 10 people were killed, and these were really aid workers, peacekeepers that were killed in that attack. This is a real possibility as far as you and the rest of the aid workers and peace workers are concerned, that you might not see the light of day if you are attacked. How do you feel about it, and how do you, Medea, feel about that very real possibility? Let's go with you first, Mooniba.
Julie, I think we have been briefed quite intensely on what happened, what has happened, and what can happen on this flotilla as well. And I must say, we were totally blown away with what the steering committee has put together in terms of bringing our proper trainers in to train us and to prepare us for an invasion of the Israeli army on the boats. If that happens, they obviously are looking at every way to make sure that we are safe. And I believe that I've totally put myself in their trust. We've obviously all had to fill in indemnity forms, but we're also going in not stupid and blinded that we're going in and it's going to be a free sail and a happy sail. No, we do know that there's a lot of risk to this, but I think people that know me and know my personality, know my involvement in Palestine, with my very, very close affiliation to Gaza, I am very confident that I am happy to go on the sail, and I'm taking the risk for myself. I do know that, my family knows that, so I had to obviously speak to my children about this, and that's important, to share it with people and ask them what do they think about it. So it was something that I really thought about deeply, and I've been here since the 7th of October when the war broke out, and every single day has been torment for me, watching what's going on, and in every way I tried every avenue to say, how can I go there to help him? It's impossible to go in any other way. And more than anything else is for me to make sure that I'm part of this team that's so positive and so confident. And the fact that they have tried, despite so many of their boats being stolen by Israelis, to continuously go into Gaza, saying, try and get into Gaza to say we're breaking siege. So it's beautiful to be in amongst aid workers, civil workers, people from different parts of the world that have got the same vision about us breaking the siege. And again, if we don't keep trying and just step back and wait for the governments to do it, it's not going to happen. So yes, just like Gaza had to pay the price for the freedom of Palestine. I think we all, when we chat to each other, we're quite willing to take the risk of paying the price if it means to break that siege and that blockade on Gaza.
Subhanallah. Medea, your thoughts on the question that I put to Mooniba a minute ago. Going on this flotilla with, I hope and pray that it doesn't happen, with the possibility that you might be attacked and possibly not see the sun rising again thereafter.
Well, certainly it is a risk. When the Mavi Marmara went, that was back in 2010, it was a terrible break between the Turkish and Israeli governments. There should have been much more of an accountability on the part of the Israelis, which never happened. But in any case, now we see most recently the killing of the aid workers of the World Central Kitchen, and how I think Israel has paid a price for that in the eyes of the global community. I don't think they're going to be wanting to kill any more international aid workers or people coming to bring humanitarian aid. I also, as I said, I think we have a lot more international attention than we had back in 2010. And I would think that we have our own governments. If we're coming from 32 different countries, we've been advising our governments that we are on this trip. So there's a lot of pressure, obviously, on the Israelis. They're already in the media. There have been reports that they have been practicing. Let's hope we hope they don't board our ships and they leave us and let us sail to Gaza, and that if they do board the ships, they do it in a way where nobody gets hurt. But I also wanted to respond to the issue of Turkey, because I do feel that there is tremendous pressure on Turkey coming from the United States. Let's remember that Turkey is a member of NATO. In the past, Greece has been pressured in 2011 and in the end did not allow us to leave. On the other hand, in Turkey, there's a tremendous amount of sympathy among the Turkish people for this cause. We can't walk around Istanbul without people stopping us when they see our shirts and saying, "Oh, Palestine, yes, I love Palestine." We go to restaurants, and yesterday the owner said, "I'm paying for your whole table because I overheard that you were part of this boat." There is so much sympathy. And as Mooniba knows, IHH has tremendous reach in Turkey and tremendous support from millions of people here. So it is, the pressure is coming from both sides, and we hope that in the end, the Turkish government will do what it knows is right, which is to let us go.
Okay, we're coming to the end of the interview, but I'd like to read something that was shared by Huwaida Araf, a Palestinian American human rights attorney who has joined previous flotillas to Gaza. This was at a news conference on Friday aboard one of the ships. And I quote, she goes on to say, "Our governments have thus far done nothing, but we call on them to start now to uphold their own obligations under international law to demand that Israel allows the flotilla safe passage to Gaza." She continues to say that Israel has argued for years that the naval blockade is justified to prevent weapons from reaching Hamas and other militant groups in Gaza, a policy that Araf goes on to say is really about collective punishment of its population and a war crime. Medea, would you like to respond to that, please? And then I'll bring you in as well, Mooniba.
Absolutely right. And that's what's so different about this flotilla than other groups that have attempted, like the World Central Kitchen, to bring in aid by ship. They collaborated with the Israeli government. We refused to collaborate with the Israeli government. We refused to have the Israeli government board and inspect our ships. They will be inspected by other authorities, not the Israelis. And this can be, this is just an excuse that Israel has used for years now to make life so difficult for the people of Gaza. And we hope that our voyage will highlight this issue, that there is a siege of Gaza. There has been before October 7th. There has been for 16 years now, 17 years, by land, by sea, and by air, and that must be changed.
We are obviously praying for the safety of all of the people on board the flotilla. We do hope that you're allowed to go through and take much needed aid through to the people of Gaza and your safe return to your loved ones. Mooniba, any closing thoughts on your part?
I just want to say, inshallah, for South Africa, we just want everybody to support this, follow the pages, and and post. And we do know that South Africa has done some amazing stuff. They were part of the ICJ, so it's really awesome to know that we have such good support from South Africa for Palestine. So continue doing what you're all doing. That's my last message to everybody, and make sure that you send out our posts and all the international media coverage to families and friends all over the world, so that we can get a proper coverage of all of this and the work that we're doing here. But that's all it from myself, and Jazakallah for having me on your show.
Inshallah, we'll do our part sitting back here in South Africa by trying to get all of these amazing messages out. And I just, I salute you guys. It takes a lot of guts and courage and commitment to be doing what you and Medea and hundreds more of the people doing out there trying to get aid, much needed aid to the people of Gaza. Let's just go back to Tyra Umar and her post. I think I misread the earlier post. She said, please take some bulk popcorn along. It's a very good energy source. So that's obviously aimed at you guys, the aid workers. You need your energy. Please do that. Thank you indeed. Final words from you, Medea.
And the people for the tremendous work bringing Israel to the International Court of Justice. It is so important, and the tremendous sympathy that the people of South Africa have shown, not now but for many years, including Nelson Mandela. It gives us great inspiration. So thank you.
Love, lots of du'as, lots of prayers, and
Thank
good
you.
wishes that you guys reach Gaza safely. You're able to give the much needed aid to the people of Gaza. We pray for your safe return to your loved ones. And guys,
Ameen.
you are amazing. Keep up the amazing work. And salaam alaikum to you both.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Okay, that was Mooniba Bhyat talking to us from Istanbul, and of course also Medea Benjamin. Mooniba is a director of an organization called D.A.R.E, Developing Ambitious, Resilient Entrepreneurs, and Medea is a peace activist and co-founder of the peace group called CODEPINK. I sit here in the studio thinking that by sharing stories of the plight of the Palestinian people, we at Salam Media and myself in my private capacity is doing my bit. But listening to these amazing women, gosh, I just kind of wonder what more can we do apart from communicating as much important information we can via Salam Media. I sit here wondering, would I have the courage and the determination and the conviction of women like Mooniba Bhyat and Medea Benjamin and thousands more like themselves? Thank you for listening to this part of the conversation. And of course, lots more stories coming your way. So please do stay with us right here on Salam Media.
My name is Medea Benjamin. I'm with a U.S. peace group called CODEPINK, and I live in Washington, D.C.
Medea Benjamin, Washington, Amerika'dan geliyor, CODEPINK hareketinden.
My name is Suzanne Adeli, and I am the president of the National Lawyers Guild in the USA.
Suzanne Adele, Amerika Ulusal Avukatlar Birliği Başkanı.
I am Mooniba Bhyat from South Africa. I'm a human rights activist for women and children.
Amina Bhyat, Güney Afrika'dan geliyor.
Rejuvenating media day by day.